Hey, horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G, and today I'm going to do a recap of last night's premiere episode of American Horror Story Apocalypse. Ooh, wow, here we go. Now the show gets off with a bang. I do me a bang. I mean, it doesn't take long before we get to see the bombs drop. Now, before we do, we're introduced to a couple of the main characters. We have Coco, who believes that she's some Instagram celebrity, and her assistant, I think her name is Mallory. They get phone calls from her father saying that the bombs are going to drop, but we do have a place for you to get to, so that way you can live. But it's too late for us. They actually were supposed to be the four of them: her father, her mother, and her brother. But they're stuck in Hong Kong, so they can't get there. So she and Mallory dash off into the car to get to the plane. Also, at the same time, her hairstylist, Mr. Gallant, and his grandmother, I think her name is Eva Gallant. Yeah, her grandmother. They all get on the plane and they escape the bomb. But the funny part was, when they get on the plane, there's nobody flying the plane. I find that ridiculous. There's no pilot. So obviously, whoever the type of plane is, and I would certainly like to know how, had already had pre-coordinates flight in it. It was obviously flying on the autopilot. But I don't know if that's even true or not. I actually felt that was a little bit ridiculous on that line right there. So next we see Timothy and his family. It looks like Timothy, this is I think about 4 hours, or I forget the time. There was a caption that comes up saying that so many hours before the blast, Timothy and his family are celebrating. He just got accepted into UCLA, to some strange people in black. Not men in black, but people in black, because there's a man and a woman saying they're from this special organization called the Cooperative, and they got to take Timmy because for some reason he has some type of super genetic DNA, and he needs to live. But unfortunately, we're not going to take your family. They have to die, but your son will live. They go on ahead and they literally force Timothy into this car and take him to this fallout shelter where he meets another woman, another girl named Emily. She also has been picked to survive because she has special DNA or whatever they think it is that the cooperative put them in. And they stay in this bomb shelter while the bomb falls off and all their family is dead. So we have these two characters. So they are driven. The next thing we know, we see the people in black are in this, I guess, souped-up tank, and we see that the fallout is some type of poisonous gas mist spreading throughout the land, and it drives them to this sanctuary, or I guess you could say a shelter. And they're met by, I believe her name is Wilhelmina Venna. That's Sarah Paulson, one of the characters Sarah Paulson will play. In this character, she is the main person of this whatchamacallit, and she lays down the ground rules for staying in this place that was bought by the cooperative. We don't know what this company is, but obviously they're the one that's financing everything. They said there's no going outside and there is no coupling, meaning there's no sex. And she tells them why not, and she says because if you do, you're going to get the same fate as the two couples that were shot and killed by these I should call them ICB people, whatever you want to call them. They would get up in this hazmat thing and kill these two couples, and they were telling that they didn't do it and kill them right there. They said that's the price you pay if you break the rules. And Miss Venable, she rules this with an iron fist. She tells Timothy and Emily that there are two levels of society here. We have the purples, who are the elite, and we have the grays. They're the worker bees. So by the time that Timothy and Emily get dressed, we go downstairs and we see other people that have been brought on. We see Coco, Mallory, Mr. Gallant, his grandmother, and I guess you could say a gay couple. Stu, and I don't know the other guy's name. And they eat these vitamin cubes. And we also see Adina Porter's character. Her name is Dinah Stevens, supposed to be this famous person. She's there as well. So they're supposed to eat these cubes that'll maintain their maintain their bodies while they're waiting. Uh, I guess because there's nothing else to eat, no cows, no real food. So basically, the rest of the show deals with the isolation and the isolation and the lack of patience these people have. We also see that her coworker, no, her partner, Marion Mead, plays a trick, saying that someone is dirty, and they have this Geiger counter. And next thing we know, we find out that Mr. Gallant and Stu are the ones that are irradiating. They eventually just give them a real hard scrub in the back of whatchamacallem. They find out that Stu is still irradiating. So they said, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And Mead shoots him dead. Oh boy. Oh man, this is not the place you want to be. I think I would have just died in the explosion. We get another time jump with 18 months later, and all of a sudden there's a perimeter breach, and in comes a new guest. He's actually from the cooperative. We learn later on, prior to the prime jump, that obviously Miss Vanille and Miss Mead actually are not flowing with the plan the cooperative have. They're doing this on their own. They have their own hidden agenda. But for some reason, this guy, and you can't wait to hear his name, Michael Landon. Where do we remember that name before? Oh yeah. If we remember, in Murder House, he is the baby that was born between I think it was Vivian and Tate Landon. When Tate Landon unfortunately raped Vivian, that's the child that was birthed, and he's supposed to be the Antichrist, and now he's fully grown. And he's there. Talk about a surprise way to end the show. No, overall, I actually felt this episode was kind of meh. It really not much happening. We get introduced to these characters, and not really none of them really stand out a lot. I actually thought Joan Collins did okay in her role. It seems like she's playing an older version of herself, if anything. So I thought she did a pretty good job playing I'll say an over the top version of herself. But nobody really didn't stand out to me. But I guess that's because we're just feeling out what this episode is and where it is going. And obviously we have our first piece of the crossover between Murder House and Coven. Now we haven't seen any other characters from Coven, but from basically what I read, we will see obviously Cordelia and Billie Jean. We will see Cordelia from Coven, and we'll see Billie Jean from Murder House. We definitely will see those two characters there. I also will believe we'll see some other characters from Murder House. I believe we'll see Vivian and Dr. Ben. I believe we're going to see Misty Day. Almost everyone will come into play here. And obviously, we don't know what the cooperative or what their end game is, or why they're trying to save the human race, or what purposes they have for Timothy and Emily. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on that we don't know yet, and this episode didn't really kept us kind of in the dark, but I think that's what they wanted us to do. Like I said, we did get that surprise with Michael Landon coming in at the end, and I'm pretty sure the way he stated in his talk about, hey, look, we have another facility that has better food, better facilities, but you're going to have to prove that you belong there. And if you don't, well, you'll get the same result that my horses got. We saw me shoot the horses dead, and they got dragged off by some unseen people. I don't know. If I were you, I'd be careful, because you know how radiation is. Will we actually see some zombies? Oh boy. So, my horror fans, what did you think about this first episode of Murder Apocalypse? Do you really think this is just like I did? It really didn't, grab your attention like most first episodes of American Horror Stories did, or do you just said, obviously they're just laying the groundworks, and then once the story moves on, will definitely grab our attention? Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about the first episode of American Horror Story Apocalypse. Well, that's my video for today, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, because it does help the channel out a lot. And once again, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. Ha ha. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.
1, 2, let's coming for